Good morning, YouTubers. Mike Martins here. Mike Martins channel. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. It's going to be sunny soon. I think we're going to reach a high of 8 Celsius today, which is good. We're weeks away from December. 2018 is coming to an end. Wow, can you believe it? Can you guys even fathom how fast this year is going by? Anyways, so I actually want to talk about something kind of important. It is a very interesting time to be alive and to be a journalist. To be out and about and covering stories. And it's also a bad time to be a journalist. Because if you're not discussing the speech that they want, you're labeled as a racist, or you're labeled as a Nazi, or you're labeled as a white supremacist. So, yes, even black people are being called white supremacists for disagreeing with open borders. Well, we disagree with open borders. Well, you're a white supremacist. But I'm black. Yeah, well, too bad. You sympathize. It's a really tough time to be alive right now if you're a journalist, because it's interesting, though. I mean, you can sit back and kind of laugh and enjoy the show. But now, when you're covering or you're bringing up something that you're not allowed to, why aren't you allowed to criticize open borders? Why aren't you allowed to question global warming? Why aren't you allowed to question Planned Parenthood and all that stuff? You know what I mean? All this stuff that's happening, right? I'm not saying anything. I'm just asking. And asking the right questions sometimes gives you the answers you're looking for. But in today's age, it's almost like you've gone against the creed of human nature. And, you know, a lot of people ask me the other day, what's my stance against open borders? Nobody wants open borders. Nobody. Like, let's take it over to the Middle East. Do you honestly think that Pakistan wants an open border with India? I don't think so. You know, do you think Kuwait wants an open border with Iraq? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So, you think Timor wants an open border with Indonesia? I don't think so. So, there's a reason why borders are up. There's a reason why people have, how do you say, given their lives to protect them borders. People have sacrificed their lives to protect their borders in the last a couple of years. You know, borders have moved around, yes. Military conquest, yes. Yes. But protecting what's yours, you see? And then classifying your country as yours to protect now has become a problem. You know, a lot of people here in Canada are freaking out if the Liberal Party gets reelected again. There's a lot of people that are up in arms right now that are really not liking this idea. You know, a lot of people are not liking what's happening right now. You know, like the whole global warming thing, we can't. It's sunspots. It's the sunspots. A lot of people don't know that the sun has its own orbit, and it has its own wobble, and we're due for a mini ice age that happened every 400 to 600 years. There's another mini ice age, right? And then there's a complete ice age. I think it's every 4,600 or 5,800 years. There's a complete ice age, depending on the sun, depending on what the sun's up to, right? That's all. It's all about the sun. It has nothing to do with what we do here on Earth. You know, if we get rid of all the cars, what are the trees going to breathe? The trees would die. But no one looks at the big picture. You know, we have more trees on Earth today than we did 100 years ago. Nobody will look into it, but it's true. But it is what it is, guys. It is a very interesting time to question the status quo. 100 years ago, people will look at what the status quo is and they're like, Are you out of your mind, Mike? This is right and wrong, and this is left, right, and this is up and down. Why are you questioning this for? Why are they questioning this for 100 years from now? This is like people 100 years ago would be like, what? Are you out of your mind? Like, I'm like, yeah, that's what's happening 100 years from now. What, we're not in flying cars? We don't have electric cars? Kinda. Until the oil companies keep shutting it down. Ah, okay, you know. So that's what the deal is. So, very questionable. You know, very hard to explain. You know, if you go back 100 years and you want to explain the year 2018 to somebody, how would you explain it? Tell me. You tell me in the comments below. How would you explain 2018? What's going on in 2018? You go back 100 years. You go back to the year 1918. We just won the First World War. The President Woodrow Wilson signed in 1914 or 15 the Income Tax Act. And then they signed in the Federal Reserve, I think, was then around that time. They put it back into law and got off the gold standard. All around that time. How would you tell people 100 years ago? How would you explain to them how backwards society has gotten in the last 5 years? I think after Bush, after his second term, things were bad. But then when B.O.B., whatever you want to call him, I don't want to say his name so my video gets flagged. The saint there gets elected in to make a change. If anything, made the world a lot worse. So I kind of wanted to throw this out there, guys. I kind of wanted to create a bit of a wake-upness, you know, without going into specifics. Because once you start going into specifics, you know, I'm trying to be as vanilla as possible, you know. I love everybody. Everybody, man. I have to make some plans. Next year, we're going to be building next summer, we're going to spend a few weeks in the Philippines. We're going to be building our house there, me and Rose, on her land. We are going to be working. We're going to do a video series on that. Then the year after, I'm going to take my kids to the Azores, where I'm from and my parents are from. My whole family, my side of the family is from. And I'm going to get them... they've already applied for dual citizenship online for Portugal. Now they have to go in person and just fill out a few papers. And they're good to go for my kids. So they have European Union citizenship. And because their mom is Filipino, there's a thing like they could get in case they have to flee Canada. So there's a lot of people looking to leave the country. And it's the people that actually built the infrastructure. That's the sad part. Hi, can I get a large coffee with 1 milk?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay. And that's the sad part. The people that actually contribute tax-wise, and the people that worked hard in construction, like the Portuguese and the Italians and the Greeks that worked hard in construction to build cities like Toronto and Vancouver and big cities, working in Edmonton and Winnipeg to make Canada a better country. And then it's like now everybody's got their eye on the door now. Nobody wants to deal with it anymore. And everyone's saying, well, it's just as bad everywhere. No, it's just the people that say that are the people that can't get out. They want to massage themselves into believing that it's just as bad everywhere. You know? They're claiming it's just as bad everywhere. It's the ones that can't get out. It's very, very tough as a Canadian citizen to live somewhere else. It's very tough to get into a lot of countries in Europe now because of what Canada did to a lot of European countries. Hey, how are you, my cousin? Good.
Everything is fine?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'll see you later, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Super frank. You know, people need to understand there's always better. Oh, no, there's always better. I'm a believer that there's always. My mom isn't. My mom's the type of lady that's like, oh, it's the same everywhere. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's always better somewhere for everything. There's always a better job. There's always a better car. There's always a better house. Non-materialistic. Let's get off the materialistic crap. There's always a better soulmate, a better love, a better everything, you know? Especially if people are in dead-end relationships. I was in a lot of dead-end relationships in my lifetime. And I finally found someone that's so sympathetic with me. That gets up early, makes breakfast, raises the kids. See, I'm old school. I like that. My wife takes care of me. You know, she does things like laundry, stuff like that. She leaves me to do the laundry. I make a mess. She's like, don't touch it. I'll take care of everything. You just take care of the bills and, you know, take care of the financing. And that's what I've been doing the last 5 years, right? But yeah, I wanted to put this out there because, like, even like we could dive into a bit of relationship discussion. Believe me, those dead-end relationships where you have to try, guys, I'm going to give you guys some advice, okay? You need to be with a girl that would put up with your crap. That's it. It's almost next to impossible for a man to change. But if a man could find a woman that puts up with this crap, and it's really hard to find a westernized woman that's got the patience and that's got the understanding. That's just my opinion on what I think growing up and in relationships and stuff, growing in relationships. But my wife is so sympathetic. She's so understanding, you know. I think we've gotten into 3 fights now. In the last 5 years, it was 2 before. I think we got into an argument. What did we argue about? Oh, yeah, she was super moody. So she was super moody, and I didn't know she was pregnant. Then I'm like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, after, she's like, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh, you should have told me this before. But now 3 arguments in Antonio's 4, so 5, 6 years. Literally, that's it. I come home, there's no questioning what I'm wearing, there's no questioning how my hair looks, there's no questioning anything. I do my thing, come home, play with the kids, do my show with you guys. If I was with a restricted woman, she wouldn't let me be on YouTube and doing what I want to do and making my show. She'd be like, oh, what are you doing that for? Only losers do that. Oh my God, I don't want to be associated with someone that's on video and this and that and discussing their opinions. Who are you to give an opinion and this and that? It's like, holy crap. Woo, woo. Yeah, that's just my advice because I'm a guy and I can tell you guys, you know, I don't know what women want. I still haven't figured it out, but I know my woman's happy. She has nothing to worry about. She's taken care of, but I don't know what women want all my life. Never knew what women wanted. Never understood how to make a woman happy. So that's the best advice I can give you guys. Find a woman that can put up with your crap. Plain and simple. Anyways, guys, tonight, Mike in the Night. We're going to be loaded with guests tonight. Loaded with guests, call it in. We got guests from Australia, New Zealand. We got guests from Hong Kong. Our truth experts. We got our I'm never going to turn here. There we go. Oh, we got all kinds of people. We got guests from Toronto. We got a guest from, hopefully from Vancouver. We got a guest from Los Angeles. We'll have a guest from Ireland. She's going to try and stay awake tonight. So she could, basically give us a bit of insight on what's happening in her neck of the woods. Why can't I see my line? No, it's further back, that's why. There we go. Now I'm in. Oh, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, Mike of the Night tonight, 9 p.m. Western Seaboard time. That's midnight, Miami time, New York time. And I think that's Sunday, 2 or 3 p.m. Sydney time. Not too sure, but check your local listings. Thanks for watching, guys.